right, everyone. Hi, everyone. Okay, so super. So I'm very excited to welcome you all to the 5th episode of Myst Minutes. Of course, my name is Sierra Myst. I am your queer drag content creator here on Twitch. And I'm very excited to kick off this episode. And of course, we all know, maybe you don't though, that Myst Minutes is devoted to kind of the passions and the projects, content creators, game developers, those that are working in the game industry. And I'm super excited to be joined by Ruepa, who's a fellow content creator who I've actually known pretty for a while as far as like content creation careers are concerned. Yeah. So I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
I knew you. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hi everybody. My name's Ruepa. I'm a content creator here on Twitch. I'm also a daily streamer here on Twitch, and I do so much stuff. I don't even fit variety anymore. I call it more miscellaneous streaming.
Yeah.
I just do everything that comes to my head. I got 365 days to fill, and I'm very good at filling. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. But I was gonna say, we've known each other so long. I think I knew you before you were Sierra, and you knew me before I was Ruepa.
I think so, maybe. Yeah, I think we have like some deep lore on each other.
We do.
Which is always a fun thing. And yeah. But like I really want, so like let's talk about content creation, and let's specifically talk about like coming to Twitch. Like I remember talking to you in some of your first streams, and you were like you were an Overwatch streamer. That was kind of your gig, and you were like, yeah, this is like my first like quote unquote like video game.
It is, yeah. So back in like 2016, oh my gosh, 5 years ago now, I watched all the like Overwatch animatics, the like little like little fucking stuff, the little movies, and I was like, I'm obsessed with this. I love this Disney Pixar movie. When does it come out? I really want this. And then I was like, oh, it's a video game. So I bought the video game. I didn't know it could run on my laptop. And it did, thankfully. Let's celebrate that. And it just fully, I mean, we're talking like fully put me into the world. Like I started playing video games. I got into Twitch. I got into like my last console before Overwatch was like a Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
Like, so like, we're like, it was a huge leap. Yeah. Like right back into the digital space. But yeah.
And then you came to Twitch, and kind of what was your plan going into that, right?
There was no plan.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so I had always had an interest in content creation. It wasn't like the content creation aspect wasn't like always new, but I didn't even really kind of know what Twitch was before I got into it.
Yeah.
I was just like, this seems fun. This seems like something I could do. I really want to do it. And then one of my friends was like, okay, we'll do it. And I was like, yeah, okay, bet. And now we've been led down this long, treacherous trail into where we are today.
Yeah.
Which has been crazy and amazing. And
so you kind of shifted away from like games, like literally.
Yeah.
Like fully.
I don't play games. Well, I'm not gonna say I don't play games anymore.
Yeah.
But like I'm not a huge like gamer anymore.
Right.
I love saying hey gamers though.
Yeah.
I love like eating Lunchables, doing a Lunchable mukbang and being like, hey gamers, welcome back to the channel.
Yes. And so like
none of them are gamers.
What was the like literally. So we're gonna talk about what your audience is now. But I remember what was like the first one that you did, your first like just chatting moment? I can't even remember what you were doing. Was it when you were like gluing down your beard? Like, or was that a little bit into it?
So what
made that switch?
There was like we could talk about the glue beard.
Yeah.
The beard. Yeah, the beard, the glue beard was a moment. There were few instances where I would do just chatting.
Yeah.
This was so long ago that it was not called just chatting, it was called IRL. Where I would like, it was just for Halloween, right? I was just like, let me get into like, I did a thing called like a live cosplay where like chat would decide what I dressed up as. And then I just got fully dressed up in whatever they picked.
Yeah.
Like the first year we did it, it was like the spirit from DBD.
Okay. Oh,
so just like painted my face gray.
Yeah.
And it was dumb. It was like, that was like definitely like the first kind of like moments, but here recently around June of 2020 was when I was like, something's got to work. Something's got to give. Like I was like, I definitely was like not happy where I was at. Playing Overwatch was like, I mean, we say where Overwatch is now. Love you. Can't wait for Overwatch 2. But like it was just like something had to give. And so I started just like, I was like, I just want to, basically the idea was that I wanted to like film YouTube videos live.
Yes.
Like I wanted to bring the like kind of like dumb cheesy stuff from YouTube and just do it live on Twitch.
Yeah.
Which was like, I don't know, ranking how gay each Overwatch character is. Or
well, you and I recorded one.
We did.
Yeah.
Did you know that video blew up a little bit afterwards?
Did it? I did not know that at all.
It did. Yeah. We did one where we ranked himbos.
Yeah, we ranked himbos.
And that very much, and that was before I even got introduced into all the stuff I am to now.
Yeah.
But my mind was already like in that space of like, how can we do like different mostly dumb and fun stuff. And so like that's where I was like kind of at when I got introduced into like kind of what I do now. So yeah.
So let's talk about then like, let's talk about first of all what you're doing right now. So do you want to give like an overview kind of here, and then we can talk about how you got into that?
Yeah. What I do now is I produce a show. I'm a part of I don't really know how you would describe it. I call it a circuit. It's not really like super active now. For reasons we don't have to get into, but it's not super like, there's mostly like the top, and like that's pretty much all that kind of goes on now. But like I got involved into like this circuit of shows where all these people were doing all these like kind of like odd weird things, and I was like, okay, I was like I love this feels like old school kind of like reality television, where like reality television was like the Wild West days of like wife swap, the simple life. like just the craziest, like people were like, let's basically put people in like social experiments relentlessly and without any morale. And that's pretty much what like Twitch, well, that's pretty much like kind of where Twitch is right now. It's getting a little more refined. But it's super interesting. And so I have a very large passion for like producing. And so I wanted to produce my own thing, and I did.
That's awesome. Yeah. So for someone that doesn't like understand what these like shows are, I feel like, okay, I feel like the biggest blue boomer in the room when I'm trying to like keep up, and I'm like, like tell me about the shows. Like what is a show, right?
Okay, so there are shows on Twitch. The biggest one on Twitch right now is a show called Lover Hosts, which I'm sure some of you might be familiar with. The most recent Lover Host was for Skeppy. The one before that was for Hassan Abi. Like very much large content creators will go on a channel on Twitch called Austin Show. And Austin will bring together, like for Hassan Abi, he brought together like 10 girls, and it's like a full season of The Bachelor in like 4 hours. And like every 20 minutes, Hassan like eliminates a girl. And then like they go on a date, or like it's very like, it's a little kitschy, it's a little cheesy. I would definitely put it in like more camp than not.
Yeah, sure.
But the kind of
like
gag is
like in a Zoom chat as well, right?
It is. Yeah. But the kind of like fun gag of it all is that every contestant chooses lover host before the show starts. So like they could just fully be there for the clout. Like they could choose host, and then if they win, they walk away with the raid of like 100,000 viewers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the like prize is like clout.
Well, the prize is clout if you want it to be, or you could win like love. You could win, like, a date.
Like, does this mean like am I getting a date with Hassan? Because like
you can if you won, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Hassan's previous Lover host before this one, I believe was live, and then he went on a live date with the winner at TwitchCon last 2019. The winner was Mia Malkova, and it was like they went on like a little live date. Yeah. But apparently it was awkward.
Oh,
I've heard. I haven't seen it.
Love that.
Yeah, but like it's just like I mean, the show is definitely like upfront that like it's all for fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
It's not like it's just like
and
just like kind of like you kind of have to delude yourself a little bit, but like we delude ourselves to like watch movies all the time, you know?
Yeah,
so
no, completely, like, right? Yeah. Even watching regular reality television, right? Like just because there isn't some Bachelor set, right? Like this is still the vibe is still there, right? We love to watch
very much
people interact that know nothing about each other.
yeah. And it's super fun.
So then, so there must be like other types of shows, but is it all kind of around this kind of like Zoom chat on Twitch reality television kind of like, is that kind of encompasses
mostly.
What it is?
Usually it'll be like 9 to 100, a bajillion, whatever. Yeah. Like, it doesn't really matter. I went on a show that once had 50 contestants on it.
Oh, wow.
And I definitely walked away with a headache. And regret. Imagine 50 Twitch streamers in a Zoom call.
Yeah. Too many. Yeah. And so
but yeah, mostly.
Yeah, so you said you work as like a producer for like the Austin show, the Lover host, right?
No, so I'm not a producer. What I do, my connection to Lover host is I auditioned for it originally.
Okay.
Austin himself is a gay man.
Okay.
And so he had his own Lover host.
Right.
That was my introduction into the world, which was that like I auditioned for it.
Okay.
I didn't book the show, but there is a separate show, which is an audition show, which is Gondok. And so I went on Gondok's channel to audition for the show, where basically a panelist, a group of streamers will interview you to be like, are you good enough? Can you handle the environment? We're a little catty, a little bit, like a little, just to like.
Yeah, it's a casting call, right? Like,
essentially see how they react. And Doc, liked me. I'd have to assume. I don't want to speak for him, but we've been together ever since then. This was like back in fucking like August. So I hope he likes me. But he just invited me back to be a panelist.
Okay.
And so now I help interview people for the show while also kind of just like being entertaining of myself. It's like being an American Idol judge.
Sure.
It's like you judge, but like you're also there to like kind of like
get your own like your own little moment.
Very much that.
Love that. Okay, and then that has kind of led you now to like where you are. So do you want to talk about like how you've done this for yourself a bit?
So obviously being around people that do produce shows and stuff like that has super inspired me. I've always been a huge longtime fan of like reality television. And like always been like a very into very much like that genre of TV or whatever you want. And so I definitely saw a like gap in the market because there would be these things called survivor shows as well, which are like basically a podcast where there's like 10 or so contestants, but like there's a winner.
Yeah.
So like Austin show also did one called The Royale, which I believe was coming back, but I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see. Where essentially chat will vote people off.
Okay.
Like one by one.
Yeah.
And so stuff like that has always really interested me. I'm definitely more into the competition side. We love a good competition. Overwatch comp. We're all feeding back. And so I produce my own show called Cyber Arena, where it's very inspired by competition reality, where like through a series of events, people are going to get eliminated one by one until one person's left standing.
Yeah.
And it's my baby. It's my little passion project. We're going towards episode 4.
Okay.
So I've done 3 episodes so far.
Is it
They've
a new cast every episode,
It
or?
is, yeah.
Okay.
So it's 9 people per episode,
Yeah.
and it's new people each time. Kind
And
of. I
are
mean,
they?
there's been a couple of repeats because I had to do last minute stuff, but
Yeah, of course, it
yeah,
happens.
it's live. It's live.
Yeah.
It's live, y'all. It's live. We're doing it live.
So like, are there like challenges, like, or is this kind of like conversational in the same way that like Lover Host sounds like it is, or?
There are. So I can give you like the full rundown if you're like real. Yeah.
Absolutely, that's what we're here for.
Hell yeah. So the full rundown is it's done in rounds.
Mhm.
There are 9 contestants. At the beginning of each round, there's a small kind of like mini challenge
Okay.
where people will compete to become the person in power for that round. The person in power will nominate 2 people for elimination, and then the rest of the cast will vote between those 2 people on who to kick out.
Okay.
So like very, very Big Brother, very Survivor, very like strategizing alliances.
Okay.
Like right now the show is fast and small.
Okay.
But I would like to see it like more expand out, larger, greater drama, story arcs,
sure.
all that good stuff. But I'm super happy with where it's at right now. It's something I do completely on my own. Right. I mean, you've known me for a while. You know, I do everything myself. I don't do like I design everything myself. I cast everything myself. I design all the games. I'm very much. It's all my hands. Yeah. Everything you see, everything that you interact with is made personally by me. Mm-hmm. And so it's definitely something that's like I love a lot. Yeah. And I'm super proud of it. It's definitely the thing I'm like proudest of most on Twitch, easily.
Okay. I love that. And so how, like, obviously you're like part of like the Gondok, and so you've gained some, I guess, like some cred kind of like in that community. And so and like, is this like a difficult thing to like break into, like to create, like to just create your own show and just like hope that it is successful in some way, whatever you define your success as?
That's a really interesting so it's not this sounds so shady. It's not hard to like break into if you kind of like know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. I know that there are a lot of people that would like to, but with stuff like Docs, there's only so many seats. Yeah. And I've been fortunate enough to be doing it regularly since my audition. Mm-hmm. Well, a little bit after my audition. I didn't go like fully regular until a little bit afterwards, but there are a lot of people who do shows though. Like there are a lot of very, very not small, but there are shows that are like just kind of getting their footing. Yeah. And I guess it just really depends. It's difficult to cast a show if you don't have many social connections. Right. And I will say doing Docs has given me a lot of social connections. For sure. Yeah. I do think I've had the easier path with this show. So yeah.
And then so obviously these shows are huge. There's no like denying that this is like a huge thing that's happening, right? Like the numbers are there. But I would argue that like still a lot of people don't know about them necessarily unless you're watching them, right?
Right. Yeah. They're very live, and they very much happen in the moment. And when the moment's over, it's done. Yeah. Which is
like, I did not know that this was a thing on Twitch until you were on it, and so I checked it out, and I was like, "What is this? Like, how is this happening on this platform?" And none of us know. That's how it felt to me, right?
Sure,
like,
right.
Like, shouldn't this be at the top of some directory somewhere? And like, obviously it is, but it's not. It doesn't. To me, it doesn't feel promoted or talked about by quote unquote like the mainstream of Twitch, right?
Right. I think the mainstream of Twitch are usually on Austin's show. Well, I guess it like would everybody's mainstream is a little different, I feel though.
Yeah. I guess when I think of like Justin TV, Twitch.tv, like this is where you watch games. right?
Right. Yeah.
You know, and so like if you come to Twitch to watch games, you probably know nothing about what's happening like
I
in
think
this
so.
in the shows like
I
section,
will
right?
say, two very popular streamers
Mhm.
recently made a show
Okay.
that Twitch backed,
Okay.
which
Yeah.
is like as a show producer, I was
Yeah.
like, oh wow. I was like, cool, this is like amazing. I'm maybe you're not, I'm not gonna assume if you're familiar or not, but like Ludwig and Moist Critical are two streamers. It's so fucking
You
gay.
know me. You know me. I stay in my circles. I
Yeah,
stay in
yeah,
my
yeah.
lane.
No worries, no worries, no worries. So Ludwig and Moist Critical made a show called Hive Mind that
Okay.
Twitch like personally picked up and
Okay.
like backed, which is like very exciting because it's
Yeah.
like, is Twitch looking into shows now? Like, are they
Well, I mean
are they starting initiatives
that
to
has
maybe
to be
promote
what it
this
is,
more?
right? Because if they're
Yeah,
gonna put
like
their money in it, they know that it's gonna make them money,
right,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
So
I think Austin
yeah.
definitely pioneered a
Mhm.
lot of it. And so I think it's super interesting. We'll see. I mean, Trainwrecks does a podcast. A lot of people do podcasts, right? So like
Yeah.
this is a podcast. Like I would call this a show. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this would be considered a show.
Sure.
So like even you know, you've been doing stuff like this for
Yeah.
a minute too. It's kind of like I feel like everybody is definitely like getting there.
Mhm.
Like you did Dragcade live podcast before.
Yes. Yeah, we did that
Mhm.
once
Which
because it was so much to manage.
Yeah, fair.
It's
fair,
like
fair,
trying to get
fair.
3 drags on a Zoom call to do their makeup and then do a podcast is like asking too much.
Yeah. I feel you. I feel you. But like it's definitely like we're all I think there will be a big shift. Like I think in the next 2 to 3 years,
Mhm.
you will see a huge major shift on the platform away
Yeah.
from I mean, we've been getting further and further away from gaming for
Yes.
a minute now.
No,
Like,
absolutely. Yeah.
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 So it's interesting. I'm very excited for the future. I'm glad. I'm very happy. I believe that I'm on the ground floor
Mhm.
or like in on the ground floor of something that could like be very potentially big.
Yeah, absolutely. Because when you
Yeah.
think about like what production of like reality TV looks like outside of Twitch, like in a more like traditional way,
Mhm.
it's very much like you have to get all of this like funding, you have to get the network slots, you have to do all of this work,
Yeah.
right? But here, I mean, and we talk about that a lot with like other parts of like Twitch, it's like it's really you are like the entrepreneur of like your own kind of like
Yeah.
thing that's happening. And I think that gives you, I mean, do you feel that? Do you feel, I mean, you say you do everything yourself. That must give you some sense of like control versus you maybe going to work on an actual set, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You can I think Twitch is giving the opportunity for almost anybody to have like free reign of producing anything that they want. And I think what's great about Twitch is the community loves kind of bad production. You don't have to, there's no pretense of like you can be a little scuffed. Like you can be a little messy. Like you can like and like people actually they enjoy that more.
Right.
Like if a production company came onto Twitch and was like, we're gonna do this whole big, huge, massive traditional production of a reality TV show on Twitch, it would flop.
Right.
I can tell you for a fact it would flop because a production company has done that in the past and
okay,
it flopped.
perfect.
So I can tell you. No shade, but it's just like the people enjoy you know.
Yeah.
The people love on the Twitch community loves seeing self-made stuff. It feels way more personal. So yeah.
And so like when you're not doing your shows, what has your Twitch kind of like turned into?
Yeah, so I only do 2 episodes of Cyber Arena a month.
Yes.
Which leads 28 other days.
Yeah, because you're like you are a full to the fullest in the sense like full-time streamer, right?
I am. So obviously we went through a global pandemic. I think everybody has heard of it. Yeah, definitely. And I lost my job because of it. And I would definitely just found myself in a place where like I was like, well, I was like, well, Twitch is kind of like, I've been doing Twitch for a while, maybe not taking it super seriously, but like, let me kind of all in on myself right now.
Yeah.
And so I definitely like getting introduced into communities like this and having and growing a circle. I will say I have the best fucking circle of like friends on this platform. I'm not like people who like lift me up in so many ways. That's like truly like people who like really fucking believe in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And like want me to succeed on this platform and like just want to boost me up so much is like I could cry about it if I wanted to, but I'm not going to.
Well, I think
it's
that's
like,
definitely for me as well. It's like that's the stuff that I'm like really taking away from this is the community, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so when the only thing you kind of have is Twitch, it's just like, well, it's just what you put all your stock into.
Right.
And so I kind of like started going full time around like full time I started being a regular member of the panel on Docs around like September-ish and did that straight through.
Yeah.
And then on January, actually had a conversation with Doc, we called each other on Discord and I was like, hey, I think I want to do daily streaming. And he was like, okay, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Like, what are we looking at? Like, what are we talking here?
Yeah.
And I explained it to him and he was like, okay, like if you're ready, like go for it. I was like, okay. And I went for it and now we're here.
Yeah.
Which has been kind of crazy. I'm by all means a very small creator on this platform. But seeing the growth that I've been experiencing has been obviously very motivating. Building a community that is like genuinely kind of like surrounding me and uplifting me has been very like thing. And I finally am like at the point where like now I'm like, okay, I'm kind of like getting into the groove. Because streaming is a skill. I mean, you know this and I know this, but like I don't think a lot of people view it as a skill.
Yeah.
It's very much a skill. And the more I practice it, the better I'm getting at it. And I'll be honest, for like probably like the first 2 years of streaming, I was not practicing the skill.
Like
I was just doing. I wasn't actually like striving to be better.
And like
and fucking playing Overwatch is like wow, groundbreaking Ruepa, groundbreaking. Like it just is like, and now I'm finally like getting to the point where I'm like, I want to do everything. I want to do everything under the sun on my Twitch channel. I want people to be doing things like 3 months from now where I was like, oh yeah, that old thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Like, sure.
And that means like, I'm not saying that I'm doing like amazing groundbreaking stuff every single day, but it's like every idea or thought that I have, I can at least give it a moment in the sunlight to see if it works.
Sure.
So now I'm starting to kind of find the things that people enjoy and then observing those trends and starting to repeat things that people like. And like, and now it's like, I mean, we're only in February 4th of this year. So I think I'll be very interested to see where I am at the end of this year.
Yeah, so I guess like what goes into that? Because I mean, there's 365 days in the year, and you're saying kind of like how do you figure out like what works and actually allows you to succeed? But also like you said, you're like a stupid little thought comes into my stupid little brain. Like let's just fucking try it, right?
Yeah. It's very much that. It's very like I don't do anything else.
Right.
Like I don't know how else to like say it other than like I don't do anything else. So like I don't really have much else to do other than have dumb little thoughts, you know what I mean? Like, and so I just take everything, I write everything down. Every fleeting thought goes into like a little Google Doc where I'm like, that's weird. Like, that's like, that could be something that's cool. Or like, you know, literally just, I try to get out a lot. I try to get out as much as I can. I can't obviously do like a ton. Because like I live in Texas in America and we're not exactly known for like having the best response to the pandemic. So obviously trying to stay safe, but like I just can't wait to kind of escape this box. Like I feel like my room is a box at this point. Like I want to go out into the real world and do shit. You know what I mean? It's like,
oh, so you want to take it on the road a little bit.
I would love to. Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, when things start getting back to normal, I have a lot of travel plans. But with a lot of travel plans, obviously I'm still going to be daily streaming. So it's like, what does that look like? There's like so many things. Right now I'm very limited to this right here.
Yeah.
But I haven't explored all of this yet. So I'm still happy. We talked about the gluing your beard down like a drag queen's eyebrow. Terrible. I can't recommend, but it's a YouTube video. You can go watch it, and a viral TikTok. Just saying. Not trying to toot my own horn here, but like I do a couple days ago, I bought a bunch of different like Valentine's candy hearts, be like at like different price points to see which ones were better than like were the expensive ones better. I did I reacted to my my old YouTube channel from 2013.
Okay. So like literally like classic YouTube content, but done in like a live format, right?
A live format, yeah.
And so how do you like, because so many YouTubers talk about like the burnout, right? In like these kinds of videos and like that. And so like how are you even are you at that point yet, or are you really on that like, yeah, I'm an everyday streamer high? Like
I think we're still in the honeymoon phase.
Sure.
I will be very
in like
interested.
August and
I'll be very interested to see when the honeymoon phase stops. Right now, that's the thing. I don't stream for a long time though.
Right.
I'm a 2 to 3 hour.
Okay.
If we're reaching 3 hours,
it's
get ready to raid because we're leaving.
Okay.
Like it's like, you know what I mean? It's like I plan out what I do.
Yeah.
Every day to me is like a show, if that makes sense. Like I sit down, I plan out what I want to do.
Yeah.
I do the things kind of like in my order. And when we reach the end of the day, however long it's been,
like it's done. Like I got the footage, right?
Yeah. Essentially, yeah.
So like, and are you like, is this turned almost into like a full big production thing? Like, are you still taking this Twitch content and then translating it for YouTube and then for TikTok and for Twitter and like all these other things? Like, because that's the unseen. Oh, maybe you should be.
No, I absolutely should. So that's the plan for February, is to be better about that. I definitely took January to just even see if I could do it.
Sure.
I did. Yay.
Yeah.
But like I posted one YouTube video in January.
Yeah.
Whereas like consistently since June of 2020, I've been posting at least like 3 to 4.
Yes. Yeah.
And
and
well,
you did
okay, yeah. So my editor went back to school, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
But I am looking for an editor. Hey, if you know anybody. Hey, just putting that out in the universe. YouTube's been very good to me. And I wish I was nicer back to it.
Sure.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, because that's kind of like the thing now, it seems like, is like all about the cross-pollination of your content. Like, make the thing that you already did work for you like 3 or 4 more times, right?
Yeah. Repackage and put it out into, because let's be honest, Twitch does not Twitch ain't doing us any favors.
Yeah, it's not great about like taking that old VOD of yours, or like even the clips and stuff. Like, where are those going? Like, unless you do something
LSF,
with it, right?
Maybe you're lucky if you get on LSF. But like it just is like, it's interesting. You definitely have to get onto more discoverable platforms. I mean, we've seen so many like TikTok creators blow up on TikTok, which is like blowing up their Twitch accounts, which is like so
blowing up their lives.
a little bit. TikTok has been very good to me too. I've had I mean, I can. What do you think viral on TikTok is? Like I can never tell.
Over 100,000, honestly, because like
Okay.
it seems so.
So I probably had like maybe like 4 or 5 viral TikToks.
I've had none. I'm not having a good time on TikTok.
Oh, no. It's so hard. I mean,
it's
like
so hard.
I'll be honest.
Like I think I'm funny, but I think I'm Twitter funny. I don't think I'm TikTok funny.
That's fine.
Yeah, and I know, and I'm fine with that. And
TikTok
so, like,
is for people who can't read.
Well,
so.
I read a lot.
yeah, you do. Like TikTok is literally just Twitter for people who can't read. So well, like,
there you go.
I think you are appealing to the better audience there. So yeah. That being said, I do scroll on TikTok a lot.
Oh yeah, I do fall down the rabbit holes and stuff on there. And like I try and do the little challenges sometimes. I did the silhouette challenge recently.
I saw. Yeah.
Did not even break 100 views.
Not even 100?
Not even 100.
Girl, I'm gonna keep my mouth closed.
Literally though, like
y'all hear some
like honestly, and like because I also think that the TikTok algorithm is like very sensitive. Like it's like
make a new account. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm not see it, and then that's the thing is that like I don't wanna. Okay. I don't. That seems like a lot of work.
You're valid. Yeah, that's the thing is that like I feel like you see people from every kind of other social media platform besides Instagram. Fuck Instagram. I'm very adamant. You've never heard anybody on Twitch blow up because of Instagram.
No.
Anyways, moving on. Because everybody's like, why don't you have an Instagram? Why don't you have an Instagram? Because it's useless. Moving on.
No, I also feel like for me, it's like my best things are Twitch and Twitter.
Might be a little bit different.
But like even then, like I'm just getting like engagement from like other Twitch drag queens or like the local Montreal queens. And like that's not really like it doesn't go anywhere, right? Like if I post something and I do the little hashtags, I'm just getting likes from bots. I'm literally just getting likes from bots that like because I use hashtag gay, like they're just like, oh, a new picture with the hashtag gay. I liked it. I followed the account. I will unfollow in 5 days. So like that's not doing anything for me, right?
Oh God, I could rant about fucking IG forever. But
I think like the point here though is that like you really have to think about how your content, right? Yes. Like first of all, what do you like to produce? And then where does that translate the best?
Exactly.
And then 100%. Like you really truly do have to become like an expert in everything, right?
Yeah, I think Twitch is the hardest platform. And for some sick reason, we all chose it. Well, all the people that I know.
So why do you think it's the hardest?
Well, like tell me. If you wanted to be a YouTuber, what would you do?
I would upload a YouTube.
Okay. If you wanted to be Twitter famous, what would you do?
I would tweet endlessly.
If you wanted to be TikTok famous, what would you do?
I would do a little tiki-taki dance.
Yeah. And if you wanted to be a successful Twitch streamer, what do you do?
I would stream endlessly.
But how many people do we know that stream endlessly?
Just one, you.
7 viewers. Well, that's like, okay, so let me just put this into perspective for like a lot of people. Last month, 6.9 million people went live on Twitch.
Yeah. No, the statistics are real messed up when you think about it.
It's in you and I'll just speak for myself. I average about 40 viewers. I'm in the top 50,000 of Twitch streamers.
Yeah.
I am in the top 0.5% of Twitch streamers.
Yeah.
But I am considered incredibly small.
Yeah.
Like I am super small. Yeah. But there are how many? What is math? There are 6.85 million people that stream to less people than me.
Yes. Yeah. No, the majority of people that go live are streaming to nobody or a handful of people.
Right. And those people probably stream sometimes for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And like that's why Twitch is the hardest.
So, but like, so when I think about, like, there are probably thousands, hundreds of thousands of videos on YouTube with 0 views, right? Or
Sure.
10 views, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thousands of accounts that have catalogs of videos that are not partnered.
Sure.
Right? Like, I do see a massive amount of people, like, obviously the majority of people are streaming to nobody or streaming to few people. And
sure.
Specifically, I think what I should say is the majority of streamers are actually non-affiliates.
Yeah. For sure, 100%.
But would you argue, or like, what's your opinion on, like, the statement of, like, the path to being able to make money on Twitch is easier than other platforms?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I
think
for me,
if we're talking money, yes, probably.
Right. Because obviously that's part of it, right? We can talk as much as we want about creativity and community and all these things, but we do have bills to pay. We have bills to pay, right?
100%.
And if I'm not doing this, I'm doing something else that makes me money.
Exactly. Yes, and I think the Twitch community, like, as a whole, enjoys supporting smaller creators.
Mm-hmm.
So I will agree with you on that, 100%. But you can have somebody who excuse me, cut that. But you can have somebody who is making the best content on Twitch stream to 5 viewers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they will never blow up. Yeah. But you can have somebody who's making the best YouTube videos, and because YouTube is studying, like, if I post a 10-minute video that's amazing on a brand new account on YouTube, it'll go viral. It'll blow up. If it has a good thumbnail and a title, which is a skill of being a YouTuber. If it has a good title and thumbnail, people click on it, has a high watch time, it'll get pushed out. You see videos blow up all the time where you scroll down into the comments of a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Don't recommend. And it's like, was this on everybody else's, like, recommended videos?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no system for that with Twitch.
Yeah.
Which is why outreach to other social medias that have algorithms to grow is so important. Being a Twitch streamer means that at the end of the day, you stream on Twitch. You do everything else first. Like, when I go live, it's my chill time.
Yeah.
I'm vibing. I'm having a good time. I'm dicking around. I'm talking to my chat. I'm, putting on a show, but I'm not like, everything else that I do is more work than the actual stream itself.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Sure. Interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting way to look at it, for sure. Okay, so kind of looking forward for you. What's up?
The future.
Yeah, I love the future. What's up? Like, what are we expecting?
Okay. Do you want a little leak?
Here on my podcast.
Oh my god, yeah. a little leak. Y'all get that clip button ready, maybe. We'll see. So small time, the short future.
Okay.
We are looking at, what's today? Today is the 4th. We're looking at the next episode of Cyber Arena coming out 1 week from today on the 11th. We're getting back into Cyber Arena at Cyber Arena episode 4.
Cool.
We have some very good people casted. Very much looking forward to that. We'll have another episode later this month. Then moving forward, I have more shows that I'm looking into producing. I daily streaming, hopefully posting more on YouTube. I would love, here's the thing on Twitch, and I think we've seen this a lot, and I think that even, like, you've seen it, which is that, like, I could very much be streaming to, like, tens of thousands of people by the end of this year. So, like, I'll manifest it. I'll do it right now. Like,
just manifest.
There's this, Twitch is so odd.
Yes.
But, like, with a stroke of lightning and a little bit of luck, like
Mm-hmm.
people can, you know, really like do the damn thing. And I have a hell of a lot of talent, a hell of a lot of skill. Um, and I'm hoping that this year will be very lucky to me. We'll see.
Oh, I love that. That's some lovely energy.
Yeah, I'm feeling very good about this year. I'm looking forward. I did an interview on the first of this year with another friend of mine, and I was like, I cannot wait to like watch this interview at the end of like.
Yeah. Ooh, I love that little time capsule moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like this is like a month later.
Uh-huh.
Who the hell want to book me for March? Anybody? Anybody?
Literally,
any takers?
Literally,
no. Like,
hello, my name is Sierra Myst, and I am bookable.
yeah. But no, I'm having a good time. I live very in the moment, so like long-term stretches are a little less clear to me. But I'm riding the wave.
I love that.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Super. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this little episode of Myst Minutes, Ruepa.
This was so much fun. I miss you so much. I see what you're doing. Like I'm a little sad that I'm like across the room now. I'm like,
it's very that like the room in Twitch like got bigger.
It did.
As we like grew up. Kind of, if that makes sense. And then now it's like, okay, well, I'm over here and you're over there, and I see you, and I will like the little tweet. Hey,
you look hot. Yeah.
I'll like the little tweet, but that's a long way to walk, and I don't think I'm gonna get there.
Twitch does have circles, but
for sure.
Yeah, I'm very excited for TwitchCon. I think that's what I'm looking to most this year.
I think so as well. I think that'll be a lovely time where all this stuff can come together.
Yeah.
I
think so.
And we will get wasted.
Very much that.
Okay. Well, I would love for you to tell people where they can find you, where they can support you, and what they can do. So let's hear it.
Okay, so if you enjoyed me, if I made you laugh a little bit today, come check me out at twitch.tv/Ruepa. I'm a daily streamer, so you can catch me every single day, usually live around 8 p.m. EST, but don't hold me to it.
Love that.
And yeah.
And what about
definitely tune in next Thursday to Cyber Arena, episode 4, coming at you big cast, big games, big everything. Every episode gets bigger and bigger and better, and I'm just saying, I know what it's gonna be, and I'm excited. So yeah,
I love that. I like to be excited for your own work. I think that's something that is a sign that you're doing something right.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Super.
I want to scream it from the rooftops. So yeah.
Okay, well, all right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for coming to this episode of Myst Minutes. As always, I am Sierra Myst, and this has been a podcast about the passions and projects of those in the game industry. We are going to take a short break, and then I'm going to come back with some Animal Crossing, because I still play games here.
Hell yeah. What is a game?
What is a game? All right, bye, gamers.
Bye, gamers.
Bye, gamers.